So I'm here in Nuttallville, West Virginia, which is a very remote coal mining town, or at least the ruins of a coal mining town. It's a pretty hard place to get to. It's a one-lane road for about 6 miles. Part of it's washed out, switchbacks, and it goes into this amazing gorge. And the thing that gets me the most is just how people could have cut a railroad line in to this place with horses and mules and stuff. It's beautiful down here. It's also pretty intense. I mean, these mountains are steep, billy goat steep. The railroad line here is still active. When we came in last night to reconnoiter, a coal train was moving through. And it just follows the river gorge. That goes all the way up the mountain. It's just a long conveyor belt, so when they dig stuff out from the top, it comes down and then it gets dropped into that silo and then loaded into the open train cars. And this is part of the conveyor belt itself. Oh, big old gears. I mean, look at this. It's just crazy. That's some big stuff. So this is the actual conveyor belt itself. And look at these, Jen. These are the little scoop things that go in and they just keep pushing it down.
Right now we're walking to a village of Seldom Seen is what it was called. Not because you don't come back once you go, but because it was a quarter of a mile down from the coal mine. They couldn't build up the gorge, so they had to build along the river lengthwise. And there was about a dozen houses that they built.
And so what's left now? Is there anything still there?
Just the foundations are left.
Huh. So who were the people that were there? What is
They were
it?
workers.
Oh, okay.
They worked at the mine.
So these were like houses?
Yes,
Oh,
the
okay.
workers and their families.
So they had to hoof it down this trail every day for work.
They did. Check this out. This is about a quarter of a mile down from where the actual coal mine was, where the workers and their families used to stay. About 24 houses were at one time down here. Now
24?
it's just the foundation that's left because nature took over.
Huh. So these are just the stilts. They would build the houses up on these little columns, right?
Yeah, the rest of it's all down.
And this is old wash basins. So one of the interesting things about what they would have here, Jen, is they would find stuff like this and they would have what we politely call a privy or a garbage dump. And so outside these houses were piles that they would dump all their trash in, and that's how we learn about how people lived, is what you find in the garbage. You'll find bones of an animal that were sawed, which meant they were processed for eating, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't find toilet paper because they didn't have toilet paper in 1870. What would they do to wipe their butts? Maybe they had cloth. They just reused cloth. Oh, wow. All right, we're going. So this is where they cooked all that coke.
What is coke?
They use coke to burn like coal. It's like, you know how they make charcoal from wood? And they make coke from coal. And they burn it because it burns hotter. And they use it to make steel with. Ooh. Wow. Ooh, that one's caved in. So these banks, all the way down here, would come out of that tipple and they would take a rail car and dump it into these ovens. Fire the ovens here and probably coke would come out the bottom or something, I don't know.
Check out these gigantic boulders. It must have fallen at one point in time, way from up there. I wonder how long ago. But the trees now have grown around them. And those trees go way up. So it's been years. Yeah, I don't know how long it takes a tree to grow that long. Lots of them came tumbling down. At least it would have been away from where their houses were, which is still a ways down the path there.
I'd be uptight living here, because if there's a rock fall and you're in your little house, so that's it from Nuttleburg, West Virginia. And where are we going next?
To an abandoned ghost town. It's an old railroad town of Thurmond.
Cool. We went there last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool, and we figured we were down here and want to see it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.